Brews and Banter Podcast. What up? Welcome to Brews and Banter Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I got water, I got, juice or whatever. He's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
To everybody is,
does Delaware have an actual culture?
This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
This song's obviously too loud. She's got the cornbread thick on the side. Jivy don't know what happened. Got turned her into some sweet potato pie. Got so thick it made her happy. Got so thick it made the peanut butter cry. She probably got it from her mammy.
Well, somebody's thick.
That would be Jalen Josie.
Okay. Well, hey now.
She's my new favorite artist.
Jalen.
I don't know how I feel about that. What she look like?
I mean, I know what she looked like, but that wasn't part of the equation. I just thought, I just liked her songs.
The songs.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked her. I guess her EP.
Was she like 1-2 albums in?
I think she like one. I think she like an EP in. I don't even think she has I think she signed to Lena Wave's
y'all music, y'all all musically. What's the difference between what's an EP and an LP? What's the
long play and
extended play? So
it's shorter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Long play is the longer version.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As a regular, what you think?
Regular album.
And the extended play is the shorter album.
But I don't even know how that even equates nowadays because they're so. People don't follow rules anywhere now. Anyway, so I don't even know why you still call it an EP.
Gotcha. All right, so the question is moot.
I mean, people still call it EPs, but it's
like
that.
But I think you call it that just because
it doesn't stand for what it was made for.
What you would think, what you would interpret it as.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but some people get away from it because it might not be like a major release. So when they actually finally do release one, they're like, this is my debut album, but you've been out on the scene for like 5 years.
Right.
What if it stood for lick? Never mind.
Uh-oh.
What up?
EP and LP.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What up?
Like right in the middle.
Sorry, Rob.
What up? Welcome to Bruising Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rocket and the brew. Well, that'd be the fuel, and I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, the legendary Brew Crew.
Or the group also known as Immature.
I thought Rob was going to say these niggas.
I was going to say something, but
What was you going to say?
What up, y'all?
You can't do that. What was you going to say?
Hey, I can do that.
What is going on, everyone? Greetings.
Oh, man. Hi. Living a dream, man. Living a dream.
Oh, man, I forgot to hit record. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean on the box. It's still recording.
It's still live. Okay, I was about to say. I see live up in the corner. Say 5 minutes.
I'm going to just have to use this audio instead of the box audio. Oh, well. It's all good.
Whatever.
But this is episode 142 of Bruising and Banter Podcast, and I kind of titled this the Banter Chronicles.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Why? I don't know. Hey,
I'm sorry. I didn't say that. I said my guy. I'm sorry. Got a lot going on over here. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
What the fuck is Lou doing?
Lou is on Lou is on.
He's on site.
Location.
He's on location.
Location and vacation, baby.
Yeah.
But he is still jumping in and spending a little time with us before he hops off. But before we get into any of that, we always got to know what people are drinking on. So, what are we drinking today?
fellas. We'll start with you because Devin look like he's struggling over there.
Nah.
He looked
I'm
like
good.
he said, "Oh my God, why?" Like headache and
Why-
shit. Why you rubbing your
Right.
head?
I thought
Nah,
he
I'm
was living
act-
a dream. Oh my gosh, people are falling out of cars over here, guys.
What the?
Jesus.
What?
Yeah, it's like it's a 4-seater, but 8 people just got out of the car.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Those birds.
And they getting out. 8 people getting out of a Civic. Damn.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask their
Yeah,
ethnicity.
don't.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
You don't have. Don't tell us.
no thanks.
I already figured it out.
We don't promote that shit around
didn't?
here.
You see them?
Oh, surprisingly,
Oh,
I'm shocked.
I'm not. I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect.
me either. I didn't know what this, but I don't know what
I
they're
didn't.
talking about.
I didn't either. I didn't
Okay.
either until they started falling out of the car.
Because
Okay.
that sounds like some racist shit. But
Go birds! Go birds!
this
Go
motherfucker
Birds
is
in
screaming,
Denver.
"Go
Oh, that's
Birds!"
right. They play Denver. They play the Broncos too, don't they?
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm out here, guys. That's
Right.
the only reason.
Oh,
Right.
you.
That's the only reason.
Oh,
you
that's
couldn't
the
see
only
them
reason.
when they were in Philly. Okay, but
That's the only reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good reason. That's a valid reason.
Thank you, Dad. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I said that's,
I'm gonna get to
Yeah,
this beer, man. I don't give a
Yeah, I
fuck.
said y'all all. Yoda doesn't understand. It's okay.
That's fine.
What kind of beer you got, brother?
I got something one of y'all gave me. I don't know who gave it to me. I think it was Lou. But it's the Autumn Oktoberfest Marzen style lager.
Okay.
Oh, that
Okay.
came from
That's
our
that good
sister-in-law.
Calvert. That came from Tip.
Yeah. So this is from Calvert Brewing out of Marlboro,
Marlboro.
Maryland.
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 Yeah, this is a 5.5 AB. What the fuck?
Oh, ABV.
ABV, yes. God. 5.5 ABV. And this is what it looks like in the glass.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and
Nice.
golden
Nice.
and pretty. Not too much head on it, but you know, I like it still.
Right.
But it's
a little
You
bit.
still like it. You still like
Just
it.
a little bit of head.
yeah. It's
A little bit of head better than no head.
Go birds!
Right. A little bit of head is better than no head, exactly. But it's pretty good. I would
Always.
pass me another of this.
Always.
It tastes delicious. 'Tis the season. It tastes very autumny.
Autumn,
Mm.
fall
That's
time,
not a word, but
springtime,
I just
fall
made it.
time.
That sounds well, I had that. It was good.
it's good. Yeah, it tastes like
Yeah,
I'm
it was
eating-
good. It was
Like I'm
definitely
eating
good.
I'm eating leaves off the church segment.
That's funny.
Yeah, wet leaves.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's good. It's good.
mhm.
I like it.
All right. Dev, what you drinking on?
I am having a good old fashioned. A good old fashioned strong Ale, that is. So this is the collab that Oak Park and our boy D Neal from Beer Talk Now
Okay.
put together. This is a orange peel, orange zest, brown sugar, Centennial, and Cascade hop, old fashioned strong ale, coming in at y'all ready? 13% ABV.
That's why.
Oh,
That's
you
why he's
know
rubbing
this
his head.
one.
That's
Yeah,
why he's
you
rubbing
know-
his head. He was like,
Yeah.
I was like, why did I get myself into this mess?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. If
I
should
looked
do
at,
this.
I looked at the can. I was like, sheesh, I gotta go do stuff after this.
That's in a pint too, ain't it?
Right, and I had already cracked the can, so it's no turning back.
Nah,
that's
you
why
gotta
mine is
drink
still in the
that thing.
refrigerator. I was like, I don't got time for 13%. I don't know when I
Right,
do. I don't
right.
know.
Right,
Exactly.
and then talk about he got shit to do. He gonna be like, I gotta go put my pillow to sleep.
Right,
Yeah, that's, what I was
right.
gonna say. That's the shit he got to do.
I gotta put my pillow to sleep, bro. Probably gotta walk my car.
I will say this: this 13% it's gonna sneak up on me because you cannot. It's not boozy or it's not really like boom. It's not a punch in the
Nice.
face. 13%.
It's
It is sweet actually. You taste the orange peel, you taste that zest in it, but it's warm. You know what I mean? It's warm in terms of like flavor, even though the temperature of it is actually cold. You know, it tastes warm as you enjoy and digest. So for me, pass me another. Thank you, D. Neil. And you all should have 2 cans of this each coming your way.
Bro,
Appreciate you.
2 cans of that 13%.
2 cans of this 13. So since you ain't got time for 13, Rob, you giving yours up?
Nah, I didn't think so. Refrigerator. I
didn't think you was giving it away.
I still got my 19 in the refrigerator. So
What?
special occasions.
I don't know how he still got the 19. I drank that shit.
Yeah. So.
Well. Lou, what you drinking?
Oh man, I got so I'm in Denver, everyone. I had a chance and opportunity to go to Outworld Brewing out in Longmont, and another one of our favorites, Left Hand Brewing. They had some great beers, both of them places. Today we are drinking Fade to Black. Can y'all see that?
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah, it is by Left Hand. It is a stout, a foreign stout, they say. Foreign stout Fade to Black. Pours black with licorice, espresso bean, molasses, and black cardamom notes.
Cardamom.
It's an IBU of 30, which is very smooth, and it's 8.5% alcohol by volume.
Okay, you ain't playing either.
I'm out in these Denver streets.
Yes, you are.
The ingredients are Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, malted wheat, hops, and yeast.
Hops.
Yeah.
Wait,
Shout out to
said it like a preacher on a Sunday. Hops.
So have you tried it already, or?
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Oh,
Pass me
it's
another.
gone. So that was good.
That's why I wanted to read you. It pours black with licorice and espresso bean. It's black as hell.
Did you taste the licorice in it? Could you taste licorice?
No, because I don't like licorice, and I didn't.
So you weren't searching for it.
It was more. Yeah, I wasn't searching for it at all. It was more black like licorice. It's more blacker than most stouts. I see that. I have one for each of you guys, by the way, so you can see for yourself.
Thank you very much.
Great.
You're
But
welcome.
you know what I was
welcome.
thinking too is that
What's
because
up?
he don't like licorice, he would have tasted licorice
Like right away.
immediately.
Right.
If he would've
Did
been
you
in there
taste licorice,
strong.
Joe, when you drank this beer? Nah, he ain't taste no licorice.
Nah, he had to think too long.
It took too long. He ain't taste no licorice. But yeah, man. Both of the tours at Outworld and Left Hand were dope. I appreciate you guys. If y'all are listening, if y'all are listening later, thank you. Cheers. Pass me another to both of y'all breweries. By the way, if you go to Denver, there are 1,000 breweries in the area. But Longmont is about it's so many. It's like churches and liquor stores in the hood. It's so many.
My boy just told me that my boy live out there. He just told me it was way too many. Probably because he don't drink. Beer.
It's
like overkill to some people.
It is
that's
almost
what he
overkill. And but the trip to Longmont is worth it to go see these. It's another brewery out there as well. The name skips me right now, but those two breweries is worth the trip out. An hour, 45 minutes, an hour outside of Denver just to rent a car to go there is good. And if you get out here, yo, black people, white people, if y'all listening, climb a mountain. Like Denver's awesome. Denver's
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my Subaru out there.
I mean, what you
Go higher.
You gonna put on an auto train?
Go higher.
They gotta do off-road shit.
Yes, sir.
What are you drinking on this week, sir? Go Birds! I see y'all. Yeah.
I am drinking the Caribbean Amphibian, which is the collab from Barrel and Flow with East End and Black Frog Brewing.
Amphibian.
I remember that one.
Man, I don't know why I didn't put it in my Black Frog glass.
I swear.
I have it in my Black is Beautiful glass.
Hey.
Because when I think stouts, I always go to this glass
because of the golden trim,
right? And the Black and Beautiful, and the Black and Beautiful was a stout, so that's what I traditionally drink out of here. But this is a inspired by the sweeter stouts of the local islands. Caribbean Amphibian is a bottle fermented beer with a rich, clean malt character, and milk sugar addition further contributes to the full body and mouthfeel for this beer, letting the roasted malt character really shine. It's only 6%. It's 6% ABV, so it is like they said, the lighter stouts. but it's delicious from the first sip, and now I'm just trying to let the air get into it, let it warm up, see if it changes some of the complexions of the beer.
Okay.
But from
see
first sip,
it
is delicious. So shout out to East and obviously Chris from Black Frog for doing their thing. So it definitely has passed me another.
We representing today.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All that goodness.
Well, we are here talking about the Banter Chronicles, so we're gonna get into some of this banter.
Banter.
Some of the things that we didn't get into last week because we did have a guest. And I guess number one is yay,
yay.
Wrong person.
Of course, it's the wrong person. It just goes. It goes. It fits.
Go give Beanie his money. He said, yay.
I'm about to say.
Give Beanie his money. You promised.
One of the big things off of there is that money.
Definitely, and he may give him 20 million. Give him the whole 50, like you said.
Wow, but who said 50 million?
Like you said.
Yeah,
they said 50. I almost certainly said a price. He definitely said a price.
I thought
if he said a price,
I
definitely think he'll give it to him because he didn't have to say anything. Like he didn't never say anything.
Here's the one thing though in that comment, like he said it like he can't make a phone call even if he don't have a direct way. He can't make that call or make that connection.
No, when the first said he said he tried to he reached out a couple of times to give him the money, but he never can't hit back. I guess that's how I read it.
I mean, I don't know because Kanye kind of talks around the like you gotta like read between the lines.
You gotta read between the lines a little bit. Like I think it's in his heart, it's in his mind, right, that he wants to do this and he will, I think, do it. But I don't think if he's truly being intentional about it, that he can't make that connection like boom, like industry wise from even I don't know, Jay-Z and Siegel's connection or whatever, and what that whole triangle look like. But there's somebody that can make that happen.
Listen, it don't even matter at this time because after that, Beanie's looking for him. Like,
right. After that interview.
And I think that's what it was. He intentionally went on there, made sure he put it on record. He put it in the atmosphere, put it on record, put it on recording. Mm-hmm. I owe this man money for making, and now
giving me the name Ye.
So even if he don't, even he might have a case too. I don't know if he have a case. We'll see.
I don't know if he.
I hope it don't go to that extent.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, even if he would have a case, I don't think it would be actually an actual case to say, yeah. I gave him the name Yeezy.
Right.
He said, but my name is Ye now. I go by Yeezys.
Mm-hmm. Right. Dodge that bullet. Dodge that suit.
Maybe that's why he changed his name.
Then Jay-Z will be like, Yeezys, Jay-Z. Wait a minute. You owe me money
now. He took a lot of shots at a lot of people on
yes, he did. Some of the people that he said he wished he never signed.
Shout out to Nori and DJ EFN for having Kanye.
We're getting Ye. Right.
On the joint. Because I was like, what? Wait a minute. He on Drink Train? He's on anything? Any platform?
Right.
That is crazy. That is big, man.
All right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know some of like even back to the whole Beanie Siegel gave him the name Yeezy, and then Nori saying that Ye publicly announced at an award ceremony that his daughter Nori, or North, I guess they call her Nori, is named after him. Like that's even huge. Like that's just, I mean, to me, just the impact that people in the industry has had on him. Like, I don't think at least the versions of Kanye that I've seen publicly, I don't get to see him speaking candidly or see those sides of him. You know, we see him kind of in this, kind of, I would say, rambunctious phase of like, these almost rants, or these like, look, Bush don't like black people, or, we see him kind of, having these moments in public that aren't the side that we would necessarily agree with. So to hear something as sentimental as that was like, damn, that's what's up.
Well, I think as he got older, his speaking has definitely got more sporadic, all over the place and jumbled and rapid fire. Like he could start to confuse himself, I think,
Right.
It's so much going on. It's so much going on in his brain.
It's a lot of like, even like, because you could tell by like the beats, the music, like he probably got a lot going on in that dude head, and then because he doesn't go on too many platforms where they're not criticizing him. It's so much that he's trying to get out at one time. I think that's what happens. Because a lot of platforms that he ends up on he's on them because people have been talking about him, or he's been having issues, or whatever the case may be. So when he gets somewhere where he can just have a discussion, he's trying to throw out everything that he can, because he may not have this opportunity again. Because who knows when somebody gonna say, "Oh, he crazy again," and then he's back on these gay shit.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's true.
Right, because he said like he went after Talib hard, and Talib came back and he shot some fires, fired some shots.
Yeah.
I heard, but I don't know what he said.
I don't know what he said. What did he say?
Well, he said he didn't like Talib rapping.
No. The part of what did Talib say?
He posted all the ghost his ghostwriters, and said Kanye. He posted on Instagram Kanye Ghostwriter Appreciation Day. So he posted all these. Consequence, Rhymefest, Farnsworth Bentley, a whole lot of folks. And then when a couple of the guys was like, I write with Kanye, I don't ghostwrite. Like a couple of people were defending.
Right. They were like saying, no, there's a difference. There's a difference in writing or collaborating on a song and actually ghostwriting. They want to clarify. Don't get me. Don't get me down as I ghostwrite for Kanye when I know that ain't the truth. They wanted to clear their name.
Right.
Yeah, because they were saying they were collaborators, because they was like, Kanye they were saying that Kanye likes to collaborate and like battle off in terms of so he can get the best verse he can, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I guess Talib took offense, because he was like, well, I do it all myself. I don't need no collaborations or anything. I don't want no collaborations. And now the way I make money is different than the way you make money. I make money off of me being an MC, and you don't now. I mean, you still do because you're Kanye, but so he took
who's
offense
making
to it.
More?
Right. Well, but he's saying, so don't try to stop me from eating.
Right.
Saying that you don't like me to eat, because one of the guys said that he was taken off of a track so Talib could come on. So he was like, that's funny. If I'm trash and you don't like the way I rap, why you take my man off and put me on? So
well, I think we got to go back to the premise, or the original question that Nori asked, right? The question first was Common or Talib Kweli, like which artist would you pick? Now me, I mean, we could all survey each other. I agree. I would pick Common over Talib.
That would go Common, but he didn't have to go. Blah, blah, blah,
blah. But I think he went there because Talib also has publicly attacked him on his platform.
Oh yeah.
In terms of like his outrage, his alignment with Trump, politics. So I think he used that opportunity because it popped in his head. It was a trigger, right? Oh, you mentioned Talib, like, we were just talking about.
He's like,
here's my moment.
I wasn't even gonna say that, but yes.
Now, here's my avenue.
Big Sean.
Here's my avenue. Oh, you want to know how I feel about worst people signed or not? Oh, worst person, So yeah, he
probably if you ask him separately or at a different time, he probably would have different feelings. Like he probably still has all love for all those guys.
But he said that.
Oh yeah,
he said that. He was like, "Yo, I talk about all these people, but that doesn't mean that I don't care about these people."
Right?
Like I'm just saying how I feel about them in this moment, but it ain't like I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody and shit like that. But it's Kanye. Come on, man. Like I mean.
It was really. That was a really good.
It was good.
Hour. It was almost 2 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 2 hours and change.
It was like 2 hours.
Like 3.
And they followed up this week with Ye and Larry Hoover Jr.
Yep.
What? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that came out on Tuesday, I want to say, or Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday, I think.
But
Thursday is the TV part, but
yeah. So the interview was good. I like listening to once he's done doing all this yay shit and he's actually speaking. Like when you read between the lines and shit, some of the stuff he be saying be like some real shit. Like when he was like went on his little rant about Kim Kardashian and her not passing the bar. He was like, just think about if she passed the bar. They don't want that because then her titties is covered up. and like she in court, and like now all these little girls want to be lawyers, and it's like they don't want that shit to happen. Like I was like, whoa, okay, that's smart. Like I never even thought about it like that.
That and even too how he really brought to light that. Speaking of Kardashian, you know, his that being his wife still, that you know, she dealt with the shame initially as a child of being shamed as a white girl with like this voluptuous body, and now that she's that sex symbol, now all of these white girls want her shape and body.
What does she really have? A voluptuous body?
I think her background, her culture, she definitely was way probably more voluptuous and developed than girls in her circle, or you know what I mean?
But I think so. If we follow the same rule as people put on black folks, like if your dad is of something nice, then that's what you are, or a lot of times that's what people say. So is she technically white because if her dad's Armenian? Or
I would say that she's
Middle Eastern type of
right. She'd be Middle Eastern. I would say that that she's not white.
Because we talked about this before, and I think it's just like the way you're raised.
Right. Well, yeah, because it's how the world perceives you. And I think they perceive her as a white woman.
Yeah.
Right. They definitely do because her
dad's not here, and her mom is
white.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always just perceive her as a Kardashian.
But they
got their own
race. Their own race. They do that. They are their own race.
They love the brothers though, except for Courtney.
Courtney ain't going down that lane. Courtney was like, nope.
Mm-hmm. I think she probably just did it for.
I'm seeing what's happening with everybody else.
Well, everybody else is still rolling. I mean, my man Corey Gamble is like the biggest winner of them all.
You got the mom,
yeah, and he don't do nothing. What he do?
I don't know what he do.
The mom,
that's what he do. That's exactly what he do.
The other everybody else is what's her name? Kendall is with my man Booker.
Yeah,
and then was with Simmons before that, and she
like
light skin brothers because she was Blake Griffin at one point too.
Right.
She like the light skinned niggas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the overall conversation was pretty good.
It was.
He did go after Big Sean a little bit, and then Big Sean followed up with a tweet that showed him and Kanye after the interview together.
Because that's why I was saying, like, he mentioned it. He was like, I talk about him, but like
at the end of the day, I think the comment was really, I mean, if we probably researched it, maybe his career or his longevity, or even maybe the like numbers by numbers, maybe his album or his sales don't reflect, that maybe it reflects that it was a bad business deal. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think it had more to do with how they talked about him when he ran for president, because like he's still cool with Pusha T, and he said Pusha did the same thing, but he didn't go out and say fuck Kanye, blah blah blah. Like I mean, they didn't say it like that either, but they didn't have it. They didn't have to do what they did. They could have just been silent on Kanye, like Pusha.
Right.
And then like the other thing, like people got to think of that Kanye's sense of humor too is like kind of strange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like that could all be just jokes at the end of the day.
It is, and guess what? He paid his way, like meaning like he can talk that talk.
Yeah,
he can talk that talk. He can talk heavy because of who he is. Like he can talk like that.
And people that really know him probably pay him no mind.
They like fuck that.
Like that's the thing. Like they probably pay him no mind, but we're looking at it like, oh, this nigga tripping. But they be like, man, that's just
it was entertaining. It was straight entertaining.
And this is like that shit's funny to him. Like that's his
right. He kind of said that too. He was like, people say I'm saying outlandish things, but I'm just telling you what I think.
Right.
What I think.
When he kept on going on John Legend though, and
and
when I didn't keep on blurting out,
he did. How many times? What number? Speaking of that, like how many? The name drops. Remember, because he said there's going to be a lot of name drops. How many? They was up in the 30s or 40s, weren't they?
Definitely up. I think they got to 40. I don't remember. I think 36 was the last number I remember.
Yeah. They gonna get. He said we're gonna do a lot of name dropping.
Yeah, they counted.
They was counting them on the screen. Yeah, they were counting them.
On the YouTube thing, they edited it and they put the YouTube, because I went back because I know, because you only get an hour on Revolt for the happy hour, so I went and watched the whole thing visually on YouTube.
Yeah, me too. That's what I watched.
The count.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, but all in all, it was good.
Though.
It was good.
Shout out to DJ EFN for that, and Nori for that.
That's a good interview. I think it would do. I think it would actually be a good. And this is off the top of my head, but I had the thought recently. Like it would be a good recap. Yoda to maybe get back up with EFN. Yeah, it really would. I mean,
maybe we can.
We can. Yeah, I think it would be.
Even his haircut kind of it still looks trash, but it made more sense when he was talking about.
When he explained it.
It. I mean, I figured it was something artistic, and also saying that I'm more than my hair. So he was saying a lot of stuff in that hairstyle, but
Kanye says a lot of stuff in just what he wears and like his whole demeanor, the way he walk, the way he talk, everything is like really, really artistic and looks weird to an outsider looking in, especially if you're not an artist. Like looking at him, you just think that shit's kind of weird. But if you look at a lot of like painters and
right, that's how you got to think of him. You can't think of him as a hip-hop artist. You got to think of him as actual
artist. Yeah, right. And that's what the thing is, because if you look at those type of people that are into art like that, they're a regular person would say, "Oh, that motherfucker's weird."
Right.
Every time, like it never fails. I don't know any artists. I mean, I know because I know some personal artists, but I don't know any that I don't think is weird. But I think that's part of just like that whole mind frame that you have to be an artist. That's what makes it creative. Like, creative is different.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess jump into another topic because we didn't get to it last week too, and I just wanted to give prayers to the people who lost their lives
at the Travis Scott
Astroworld joint, because it has been a crazy 2 weeks or so? I mean, I think it's up to 9 people that lost their lives.
Yeah.
And they were so young. Like majority of I know
were they teenagers, like?
But most of them
one of them was like 13. I know I think.
Yeah. Because I think one young lady just passed away because she had brain
injuries.
Dead, so they
took the life support.
And she went away.
She passed.
But the shit is crazy.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how many times there's been a concert of that magnitude, like in history, just like of music or whatever. But I do think it was big of Travis Scott and his camp to put out that everyone that was traumatized that was at that concert there was mental health therapy available to them. Because I know that just probably in the history of music or concerts, there have been catastrophes that have happened. Right. But I don't think people were really thinking that that mental health, long-term mental health would people would benefit from that kind of care. So I do think it was big of Travis Scott.
You know what that makes me think of? What was that concert way back in the day where the people climbed up on the joint and it fell over? You know what I'm talking about? It collapsed. I vaguely remember it happening, but I know that was like a horrible situation too. And like
right.
So far back in the day, I guess mental health wasn't really thought of.
It wasn't talked about as much. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't like no one probably felt like it was their responsibility to kind of take part or participate. It was like, hey, if you want it, like go out on your own.
Right. Yeah.
So I think the times have changed and things have progressed. That there's just more of that. I mean, to me, that's big of him. So shout out to Travis Scott and his camp for thinking of that.
Well, they also, I mean, I think he's paying for all the, which is crazy to even say that he's paying for all the funeral expenses of the people. Because I know a lot of people popped up with GoFundMes, but they got quickly shut down because he said he was covering the expenses. But it's interesting that because a lot of people are trying to blame him because he didn't stop the show when people were yelling at him.
He didn't know.
Right. They were saying, because I mean,
it was so big. How many people was at that show?
50,000. That's
too big. They showed video of like the cops, the security that were up next to the stage.
That's only 500.
Right. And they could stay. They were right there, and they didn't even know that something had broke out or that there was something wrong. So they kind of used that clip to say like he couldn't see what was going on. Like here they were dialed in to to the situation, meaning, you know, because they had radios and stuff like that, but they couldn't even see.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an unfortunate situation. I mean,
right.
I know
then at the end of the day, I don't think that, like, as an artist, is it your responsibility to stop a show? Like, you're being paid to do the show. If someone,
there should be
authorities does not come on stage and tell me
safety measures,
we shutting down, I can't just stop. Like,
stop. I don't know, because 2 artists just did that after this happened. Tiana Terra stopped her show and said, "Oh, we're gonna have that here. What's going on?" So I don't know, but they might be taking it more aware of it now because of what happened. Because
and then Tiana, what's her name?
Tiana Taylor.
Taylor. It wasn't 50,000 people at her show. No way.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, that crowd was ridiculous to see that. Like, that's a sea of people, like 50,000. I do think that. Do you think that there will be kind of different, like maybe tighter restrictions on having concerts that huge now?
I don't know.
I hope not.
My thing is that, like, this isn't the first time that something like, not to this extent, has happened at the Astro World Fest. So it's like it was potential for something like this to happen because it's happened before. Like, even some of the footage that they show on the news and stuff isn't from the recent.
Right.
That's showing crowds of what it usually looks like.
Yeah, and some of the stuff where people are running and all this stuff is old, and they're showing it, and it's from like 2018-19 or something like that. But so stuff like
they're known that it's prone to happen. Right?
Yeah. And then when you get like concerts like that, like rock concerts, be like lit.
It's a whole different environment.
Yeah.
Or just festivals in general. Always have like more than. Probably they should. 50,000 people is a lot of people. I think
50,000 people is a lot.
Scissor stopped their show the other day too.
All I can think about is multiplying all of this.
Oh yeah. Well, but that's a lot of cost too. There's a lot of cost involved.
I know. It's a lot of profit margin in there too.
I don't know. It's so many. I mean, it's a lot of people. Yes, and if you got sponsors, you probably can. The sponsors is probably what really drives your profit margin. It's probably not the ticket sales, because you have to pay so many people.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a lot of people.
Yo, and speaking of this concert, like, it was like a what was it, a 13-year-old or something that got trampled?
Yeah.
Like, should a 13-year-old be at the Astro World?
I mean, that's his fan base. That was part of. I mean, 12 and up. I think is his fan base.
I don't know if I would take my child to a festival that big, like a concert that big. I don't know. Like, it's like hard to really say.
Well, think about it.
Seats. Okay. Like, if it was somewhere where we were sitting down,
like more like in an arena, like a basketball game.
Yeah, like I got a assigned seat in that thing. Okay. It's different.
Because I was going to say, like,
there's always potential for crushing if they don't have any seats.
Right.
Yeah.
I would to answer your question. If it was I think because we are, I think. If it didn't have a potential risk, or was someone that we knew our kids were really into, I think I would take my son or my daughter, not even quantifying how large it could be. I think the emotion or the in the heat of the moment, I'll more or less be not reacting, but going to this concert off the sheer fact that, hey, they want to go. This is their fan of this.
You might not know it's 50,000 people until you got there. Like,
until you got there, like, oh, we here. And then you'd be like, oh, this is crazy. Like, there's 50,000 people or 49,000 people.
This wasn't the first Astro World, so I guess you would have had.
Right,
you
would have
an idea to gauge.
Right. And
so
then,
to answer your question, I think I would.
You would because I only think about it because, like, even though, like, one of my kids I'll be 18, but like I'm looking for tickets for him to a concert, and I know when I looked at and this was even before the Astro World situation happened, is that I saw the general admission part, and the general admission is just the open area, which the tickets is high,
standing room only,
just for that standing area, because it's right in that area by the stage. But they actually have seats where the joint is at too, like it's because it's still an arena. And I'm like, I always was like, I don't know if, because first of all, I'm gonna be at the concert, and I don't want to be all Twitch,
and standing there like I can't even move.
It's like, yeah, I'm like,
give me some
I don't
room.
even want to put my.
I want to pay for a little luxury.
Yeah, be a little comfortable at least. Like if you want to sit down, you can.
But see, that's young. That's old folk talking. That ain't
young folks, hey, ho, bow.
You know you want to be in that mosh pit back in your.
Nah, no, I didn't. No, I ain't know. I know.
You was slam.
That mash pit.
You was smart. That's the boy.
Yo.
I never like people all aboard me. So that
I'll tell you this. I will listen. Don't depend on me when you see them scenes where artists be jumping off the stage and getting held up. Sorry about the luck, pal.
Nigga, you ain't about to fart in my hand. Hell no.
That is a trust fall for your ass because I could not do it.
That's like that's different. That's different than picture than selecting the emergency seat on the airplane. Right. Even though the risks are way greater than picking the emergency seat on the plane, I'm not catching you. That's some selfish crap, ain't it?
Or the fact that they jump in the crowd and
who told you to do that? Right. Who did I tell you to do that? That you was dependent on me?
Right. I'm not involved.
Oh man!
And especially the ones where they
break my neck.
Hands up and they
what if I wasn't ready? What if I wasn't paying attention? What if I was on my phone? Oh, I'm just dodged the bullet in my mind.
Rob said when they push them all the way to the back and then bring them to the front, they just be crowd.
Crowd surfing.
And then take them back and push them up on the stage. See, that's
right.
No,
I mean, but you ain't a true fan.
It's dope, right? It's dope when you see it. It is dope when you see it and it come, like, oh man, look, they was ready.
But then it be tripping me out when a nigga get back on stage and be like, "Who took my chain? Oh, my chain at?" Oh,
I did.
You
Price
won't know.
Right. Exactly.
That was your tax. Your crowd surfing tax.
Right.
You care about this chain or your safety, nigga.
Right.
But hopefully, I think there are a lot of people got some lawyers, and so we'll see what happens. I think they done sued. I think they sued Astro Live Nation. Travis Scott, Live Nation, and
they were trying to sue Drake.
How did you try to sue Drake though? I
don't know.
There,
but I don't even know why. Yeah, right. That's what I didn't understand either.
That means you guys. I know SZA and everybody else had already performed, but you going?
Do you get them
everybody?
Too? Right.
So it'll be interesting. I definitely probably will change some of the protocols on and I think SZA was just performed the other day and she did shut down her show too. So maybe that's some of the things that they're trying to on one person say, oh, but see, I don't. But then you could always have people crying wolf. That's a dangerous thing too. So we'll see what happened. What else is going on? Taylor Swift is killing Jake Gyllenhaal. I think I saw that trending the other day.
I'm loop on that too. I do not pay attention.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
I know she's a white girl that be having boyfriend problems.
And writes beautiful songs about it. And that's all I know.
And that's what's going on. She wrote a 10-minute version of it was re-released. The song came out a couple years ago, but she had a 10-minute version that she promoted.
A 10-minute version
of a song. And actually, she performed it yesterday on Saturday Night Live.
Really? 10 minutes?
The whole 10 minutes.
What?
Obviously, she only got one slot. So she got one slot. She didn't get 2 times. She just did that one song.
Still.
10 minutes. And Jake Gyllenhaal will probably never be the same.
Wow.
Because he
is getting
I didn't even know about it until it started. It popped in my feed talking about somebody. It was trending. Like, it was like Taylor Swift song was sad, and I just realized I'm only 5 minutes in. I was like, I gotta go listen to the song, but she did.
Like, so does she ever has she made a song about herself yet? Because obviously,
I was asking that question I was asking that question too. I was like, I don't know if I would get canceled for asking that question. I was like,
for asking that question, because it got to be something with her. Like, when do you take a step back and look at yourself and be like, what's going on here?
Right. Like, maybe I'm looking for the wrong dudes because it's been. But then people might say it's a double effect because you don't have the same questions with Leonardo DiCaprio and I guess George Clooney before he got married.
No, you still could have those same questions. It's just like But the thing
but
is
they also
that,
didn't go. They also didn't get famous off making records off of them either.
Right.
So that's interesting.
Because at this point, like maybe that's the only way she looked for the breakup so she can make a song. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe that's it. You know how niggas used to get shot and locked up so they can rap about it? It's the same thing. She can break up
for heartbreak.
She go out looking for heartbreak so she can write about it.
Yeah, I just can't believe you made a 10-minute song. I sat through it for the podcast because
but I'm thinking like if I'm that dude that she made a 10-minute song about, I may be smiling.
Jake Gyllenhaal. But he was up. But I'm not sure how old Jake is, but she need to stop messing with these old Negroes. And
I don't even know who that is. Who is he?
He is
he's an actor.
He's an actor. I'm trying to think of what he played in that you would know. He said he had a big ticket movie.
Is he a comedian or he just
he's like a serious actor. Yeah. Well, I mean, but he has actors, but I'm
gonna have to look him up.
I can't think of what he actually played in, but he's been in a lot of stuff.
And his name is Jake from State Farm. So.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, and he got a sister called named Maggie. So she went in on him, and it just sounded like my wife said. It was like it sounded like a bunch of words put together behind a beat because it was just long. Like it's so but Taylor Swift fans loved it. They ate that shit up like
of course
they did.
I was like, yikes, that dude sounds like a bunch of words. I mean, there's a story behind it. Like she was only 21, and this was like a couple years ago. So I don't know. I don't think I think he's a decent amount, a different age bracket between them, but. Okay. She did get a burn in there. She said, at the
does she typically date? Okay, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
She said, what did she say? I'll get older, but the women you date will still be my age.
So he like younger Jones.
Yeah. Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, he plays like Spider-Man too, I think.
Spider-Man, yes.
Yeah. Come on. But that guy. I don't know. If somebody write a 10-minute song about me after we broke up, I may be like, oh shit.
I don't know, she went in on him. So
I don't care.
So so people had to I don't know if you ever see that meme where the guy is sleeping and the woman just slap him in the face. I don't know if you ever saw that meme. Yeah. They would say his girlfriend right now doing that right now to him.
He'd be like, but don't put you down, baby.
But yeah, I wasn't gonna spend too much time. I just thought because it was trending this week to talk about, and the fact that she spent 10 minutes. She did 10-minute show. 10-minute song on Saturday Night Live. I was like, yo, I didn't think they were gonna do the whole song. I was like, oh, but they really are. But she had to re-record. Well, so she getting that extra money because she had to re-record all her old records to get them back. So this album came out in like 2012 maybe, I don't know, but it was the Red album, so now it's a Red album, Taylor's version that dropped. So it's like she getting double dipping. So now she getting money off of this one and
the original.
She get some money from
she didn't own she gonna eat more off of the new one, off the real.
Yeah. Because now she actually owns these outright.
Right. Okay.
So she is getting that money, but Taylor out here trying to get these she in these streets though.
Right. You might not have it in your
girlfriend.
Yeah, change up from these dudes, huh? Different experience. Right. Hey, look, ain't nothing new under the sun now. People all fluid and everything. You know what I mean? She just give it a try.
Right.
Go ahead, honey. This is your chance. Take a chance. So Rob, you might not have this on your list, but I just shot the info to the Brew crew. This week coming up, November 16th, the debut of Nas and Miss Info podcast, The Bridge, debuts this week. You know, we've been resharing the story, right? But that's a huge debut for, I think, something that we all definitely probably tune in and listen. This is the new podcast that Nas and Miss Info are now going to be debuting, called The Bridge. It's actually produced by our good friend Jason Rodriguez, who we've had as a previous guest on the podcast, but he's also a Delaware native, so shout out to him.
Yes, sir.
That's huge. But just a quick summary of really what the podcast is about. The Bridge features candid discussions with an assortment of special guests, including artists and their other industry figures who are integral to the half-century long story. So Ice Cube will be on there. I mean, the list is of people that we all know. Yeah, like everyone who has that, stardom. I mean, has that star notoriety will be on there. Corday, Mary J. Blige, you're right. Nas, Jungle Brothers, other guests for an inaugural season, and it'll air weekly. So
it's
check
so
it out.
Weird though, because remember we was when we was there when we went to Montclair, we talked about. He was talking about doing a podcast.
Yep. So it's been a long journey. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff was happening, behind the scenes for it to all come together. I know personally, he said he worked on this. Not personally, he put it out there in his post that, this has been in the making and actually kind of being constructed since June. And for, for him to actually see a project, which I think a lot of as artists, or I guess people like us that consider ourselves artists or creators, to see something come to fruition that we've been creating is a slam dunk. So job well done, Jay.
Now that it's exclusively on Spotify. Is it?
Yes, it is exclusively on Spotify. That is who Cool J, as I call him. That's who he works for. So that's where it's gonna be. All right. So I downloaded my Spotify specifically for that.
All right. I mean, I never
I didn't have it before that.
I always had Spotify.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I have Spotify because I don't like going there, but I do have Spotify.
Yeah. I'm a Android user, so Spotify is our go-to.
It's already on there as an app, right?
Right. Yeah. I do have a new beer. I drank my first one, strawberry pretzel salad by Dewey Beer Co.
Oh, what style is that?
It's a sour.
It's a sour? Rob, I know you didn't get just one.
I drank majority of them now.
Shady boots.
It's only 4%, so it's like it's a goza.
Okay.
I'll drive down there myself today. Get your 4-pack.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, it tastes like a pretzel salad. I mean, and the saltiness obviously is a good because so the pretzel with the saltiness it is a good beer.
It is.
I've had it, so pass me another one. This one as well.
That's awesome. I speaking of just Dewey in general, my last visit when I went down to the beach in the summer and ended up getting some Dewey beers.
They look good too.
I was impressed. Well, not impressed. I actually had a new experience going down because I would really never venture into Dewey. I would always just kind of stop at Rehoboth. We were comfortable with staying there, and we ended up going into Dewey. Not just for the beer.
Right? How do you do that?
But we went specifically down there for like this mini golf place that Aiden saw online. It's a new mini golf like place. It's got like dinosaurs and like it's got a whole lot of exhibits. So we went there, and right next to the as we were even driving, you actually are leaving. You're going past Rehoboth, and now you're back to like sand and basically all the wild. You're going over a whole nother bridge to get into Dewey. Mm-hmm. And so it was a bit scenic. It was a nice scenic ride, but it also you also saw that it's its own little town. It's got a lot more like private housing, on the beach. And I was
pull your ass over in a heartbeat if you
go past this, right. But I actually loved it enough that like the next time I say all this to say that the next time that I go down to the beach, I told Adrian this yesterday. Like I'm gonna give Dewey a try instead of just stopping and staying in Rehoboth all the time.
I want to try and make your way to you might as well make your way up the Ocean City too.
Oh, I don't mind staying at Ocean City. I stay at the Hilton when I stay at Ocean City because all their rooms are oceanside view at the Hilton that's there. I like that about it. But the one thing that right there next to that to the ministry golf place I went to, they had an all-you-can-eat crab spot down there. I think we should venture down there. We can try to not sneak away from the the Y's, but we could even take the Y's or whatever, because all you can eat crab spot, beer, and figure out a way to ditch these kids. I'm not paying all you can eat for them to mess around with no crabs and no seafood. No. Stay your asses home. We get y'all some chicken fingers and some french fries. y'all don't deserve that $45, $50, all you can eat.
Rob, look like he up to some shit. What are you doing?
Well, no, I'm just listening.
Oh, so that was my little tangent about Dewey. That just was my tangent about Dewey. Right. So what do y'all think about the clip I sent y'all of the Charlemagne Will Smith book reveal? Did y'all see that clip yet? I sent y'all.
About which part?
You didn't see the? Oh, look, he had it up there. You didn't see the clip I sent y'all in the Instagram chat
about Tupac?
No. The book. So Will Smith's book. It came out, but I don't know how many of these he sent out, but he sent these gray boxes that has his face silhouette on the top of the gray box. Y'all got to go back in the thread and look, but it's his face silhouette on the top of the box, and then around the four sides of it, it's got WILL, right? And you take the top of the box off. And he only obviously sent these out. This is rich, because he ain't sending this out to everybody who got a book, obviously. It's a key that came in it. You take the key, you turn it clockwise like 2 times, and then each time you turn the key, a side of the box flaps open. And it had terms or definitions on it. One side, I think, said purpose. And it gave, what his definition of purpose was. It gave, then one side said fear, and what fear goes into, what all that means to him. And it was like 2 other. Love was another one, and then on love you had to take the V. You had to take the V out and push it into another part, and then that folded the last side, or open where the actual book.
Don't, you know what? Don't send me the package. Don't send me the book, because I don't want to go through all that.
When I say Yoda, I think you will have a different perspective when you watch this clip.
I don't think so.
It sounds kind of cool though.
And then the box inside was lit up, was like a mirror, and the book was inside of that joint.
You know how like some people that do their like send bottles when they come out with a liquor brand or something, they'll send out bottles to people that they know, and it'll be in some shit like that. But it's like,
I think that's cool. That's special.
It's special, but fuck, I gotta do all this to get to the book.
No, I think of Will Smith's first book. 8 consecutive top movies in 2 decades. Like, he is the man. Like, he is on top. He's the man.
Right. I actually ordered the book. It should be here tomorrow. So
I got it.
I bet yours ain't gonna come like that.
I know, right?
You got a what?
I said I got it. I got it on Audible.
Oh yeah,
the Audible version.
I like to have the hard
copy.
She should watch it. Get it on Audible. Is he reading it? Is he reading it on Audible?
He is. He's reading it Audible. I'm only on chapter 1.
If Michelle read hers, and I think Barack read theirs, then he definitely had to read his. At this point.
Yeah.
But when you get yours, Rob, what if you? Okay, so then what if you happen to run into Will Smith? You can't get him to sign yours.
If I run into him, I think I might be able to. I might be able to if I got the book with me. But you said because I got the Audible. I just caught on.
That motherfucker be like, I got your book right in here. Hold on, sign it.
In my phone.
Can you just sign on my notepad?
Right.
I wanted to. I'll probably get the Audible because my wife wanted it, so I'll probably get the Audible version as well. But I just wanted to. I like to have the book, so when I eventually, if I ever have that bookcase that make people jealous, I'm like, back in Zoom, Zoom, they love a good bookcase.
Right. Yeah. So I did it because I know that if I know me personally, if I have the book, I will get so busy that with things that I won't just stick my headphones on, throw the Bluetooth on, and I just won't pick the book up as quickly as I will if I'm kind of trying to just listen in like I would to music or riding back and forth in the car. So I did it for that reason.
I mean, Robert won't either. Yeah, he probably won't open the book.
You want a copy.
I want the book. Yeah.
All right.
So
well,
if I ever do, because I wanted to go to the show on the 8th, but I was at the Sixers game, so I couldn't do both. But I really wanted to go to the one with the conversation with Will.
His conversation with his conversation with Oprah, which you can watch on Apple. Is really, really good. Really good.
He always does good conversation stuff.
And she's interviewed him a couple times, so you know they like family. I mean, he takes it all way. Yeah, they actually and parts of the interview they actually talking like cousins. Yeah. Like even he brought Oprah out, and like Oprah on the show, she like, I know you was. You know, Oprah don't talk like that to everybody that she interviewed. Like that's some old kinfolk talk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I didn't get to that level.
With
that.
What's up, baby? Like Oprah busting it up with you like that.
Yo, and like Will Smith. Like he doing a lot of shit. Like he got a show coming out, right? Y'all heard about the
Fresh Prince joint, right?
Nah, not the Fresh Prince
one on National Discovery.
On National Discovery. Yo, this nigga is crazy.
What is he doing? What is he doing? Like his
shit that I wouldn't dare.
His Fear Factor, his version of Fear Factor.
Did you see that thing where he said, "I'm on top of the world"?
Oh my God!
Yo, he got on that big old top of the thing. Yeah, like the camera like first pans to just like the whole tower, and you don't even know what's gonna be at the top, and then it's him.
If y'all could have felt how fast my heart was beating when I was looking at that shit, and I wasn't even involved, I'm like,
I wanted to vomit looking at it. I was like, oh my goodness.
I know.
I was
crazy.
I was trying to think of how he got there. Did it get was it a
helicopter?
Helicopter had to drop him off. Had to. I mean, because it got too small. Because it's not. I didn't say any.
He ain't spend no time on that. Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
I saw he was harnessed in. He was harnessed in heavy, but
I bet he was.
You already know he do some things that like.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of sketchy, but like.
I think crazy. I feel like that we're this version of Will that we're seeing though, like this is him tapping into like just the years of like bucket list stuff.
Yeah.
He's in that bucket list. He done everything. He done all these movies. He didn't seen the world. Like this is now his version of like, you know what? It's no more stunts. People for me.
He said that when he turned 50. I think he said he was done pleasing everybody else. He just wanted to do things that make him
happy.
And then Jada said, "Ha nope, blah blah blah." she said, entanglement, blah blah.
Situations will arise. Hey, in your life.
But you see how he's so cool. Like he just moved out of that too, like that.
Yeah, he's like that don't phase me.
Right? Yeah,
don't phase me. Well, that's what he really touches on in the interview, and I don't want to spoil it and tell too much, but he really talks about like how he is not dependent on a woman. Whether it be Jada or anybody, he's not dependent on a person to define him or to make him happy or make him feel like his cup is full. It's no more It's nothing. It's his thinking has totally shifted away from that. It should be. It really should be. But it takes. It's a journey to get to that place. And I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think. I know for me. I can only speak for me personally. I know that I'm not at that place. I hope that there's. He talks about the difference in like the difference in terms of people, in terms of like even just belief or their faith of like there's a version of like people who are not believers at all in like in God. And then he talks about people who operate off of faith. And then the last level, come to me. He says is the people who live off of like that basically it's a certain word he used, but it's basically like they know they operate above faith, and they're like, okay, they're universe, like God. They can like God is speaking directly to them. There's no more. It's no more operating off of faith.
Right.
And he said like his grandmother tapped into that, and like her community outreach of like that's why she had this gift to bring people into her home that were homeless and that were. That, you know, she knew her purpose, she knew her calling, and that direct calling had to have come from God, like to be able to take strangers in, clean them up, you know, and just change their lives. And so his first part of his life was about get. And now the second part of his life is give. And that's what he's hoping to give in this book.
Right. Yeah. So
Get them gems.
I am excited to. So you got it on Audible. Have you started listening to it?
Yeah, I started listening to it today. I started with the interview first a few days ago. I actually went back this morning and watched the interview with Oprah again. Okay. Because there were parts of it I felt like, did I really, listen? Did I miss anything? Was I paying attention to everything? And I actually did get more gems when I watched it again the second time this morning that I didn't get the first time, just about what he calls, what did he call? Loving in freedom.
Right.
It was an interesting concept.
He definitely is I mean, obviously he's mad successful, but he also has a lot of inspirational jewels and gems that he dropped, even on IG. Now that he's on, I mean, he's been on IG for.
He's on there, you can tell when he posts.
And I think he's working on his YouTube. I think when he was trying to get back in shape. I think that dropped. If it hasn't already, I think it's supposed to come out. I'm not sure if it did or not. But he's doing a lot of things. I mean, he probably don't have to do anything at this point, but because he is Will Smith.
Can I be a friend?
All right.
Change. Look, I don't even look. It's like, remember we talked about this before in terms of like,
I will be that nigga's Jeffrey. I'll be out here like getting
right. Like I don't want you to give me no money. I just want to be in your vicinity. Like I want to be. It's like the people that you want to be in the room with. I think we talked about this before on a podcast. Like people who we wanted to meet, like Killer Mike. I think I mentioned as somebody I wanted to meet. Will Smith. Definitely a person that I would want to meet.
All day, baby.
Oprah all day. Oprah all day. Just because, just that it's just that elevation, man. Like that wavelength.
Right. And just being in those rooms, you probably gain some just gain something, some access that you didn't have before, just because you're just in the room.
Right?
Correct. Like a whole different outlook.
Right.
Because he said something. One last piece. He said something that he had a conversation with Tyrese. Tyrese and him are close. Tyrese was going through some things.
This conversation?
Probably.
No, but he was angry. He said Tyrese was angry. He was crying. He basically was crying. Right. Yeah, he was crying. He was crying verbally.
Around the what's that? What are you trying to do to me? It was around that time, right?
It could have been. I don't know. He just said he left
it worked because that girl he got.
Oh, did I send that video? I sent that video. But you can comment. We grown.
Oh, that girl, he got it.
He said, forget Ayala fixed my life. She changed my life. He said, I ain't got no Ayala, but I got somebody else.
This motherfucker's out there trying to cry. Like,
that onion got him crying. But he said that Tyrese had left the meeting and Tyrese called him. And he said that Tyrese's comment was, what do I have to do to make these folks, and I'm sure this meeting was majority Caucasians. Right. He said, what do I have to do to make them not look at me like a nigga?
Right.
That's what he said is that Tyrese said to him. And Will Smith said, it's easy. First of all, you got to stop
looking at
thinking that they thinking that you a nigga.
Right.
You got to change your thought process. You can't go into it with that mindset. He said, and it resonated with me to me in a sense of like, you guys have heard me say like, that's kind of how I move. I move with like privilege, even whether I know I got it or I don't. I just was able to resonate with me. Like it is really a mindset thing. You gotta change the way that you feel like that you look in the room of the people that are around you, so that stigma, isn't on you, that you're putting on you yourself.
When he says, look at like a nigga, like, I don't even know what that really means. Like, what makes you think that I wonder like what his thought process is behind that.
I think probably because he probably either was up against, like he was maybe whatever the meeting was about or the discussion was about, maybe he felt like, there was a brick wall or there was a barrier or they were saying no. versus giving him the yes
that made him felt
or the questions or the right.
Can you be a little more? You know,
yeah, like can you be a little bit more
less nigga?
Right. Or make right, exactly.
A little more nigga.
Or right, exactly. Because you know they will sell it, market it, they will do whatever.
We don't want that Tyrese singing on the bus. We want that Negro who before he got on the bus.
We want Baby Boy.
We want Baby Boy.
Right. Baby Boy. What happened to Baby Boy? What?
Yeah, where's he at? Can you bring him to the table? That was a role, right?
I guess at this point, Will Smith is like Will Smith, Denzel Washington, and maybe Morgan Freeman are like the black godfathers of
I didn't know. Right. I didn't realize until I watched the interview that Will Smith's or Fresh Prince, his album was the first rap album to receive a Grammy.
Oh yeah, I knew because they said that he said that. Well, he didn't say it, but people made it a lot because a lot of hip hop artists were mad because it was
crossover
that kind of rap,
right?
Yeah. That kind of rap that made it. I think that was around KRS-One
because they consider that safe rap pretty much,
right?
So it's like
I love Prince on the stand, so I don't.
Right.
I mean, I love Will Smith back in the day. I mean, I get it. I mean, but
came out and sold 3 million copies.
But then it's weird that the industry, like rappers, were upset about that, but then you got Drake being one of the top rappers, and kind of to me, like a lot of his shit is safe.
Right, but this happened like.
But I mean, it's years ago.
Like nowadays, they expect,
nobody cares.
So many people have came in and knocked down some. I mean, you already had MC Hammer at this point. You had.
That's true.
You had you have another ice at this point. Right.
They hated MC Hammer because he was too legit to quit.
Right.
I love him. He was legit. I do what I want to say. I do what I want to say. Was it?
My.
Music hit you so hard, make you say, "Oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me."
That nigga said, "Please, Hammer, don't hurt him."
Pumps to the bump. That's when he went downhill.
Like that's when it started.
That video was crazy.
Oh yeah, it was.
In a good way. In a good way.
That was before time.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that. That tip drill.
Right, exactly. I was giving for tip drill, right?
Right. And then Trina and all of them came out and was doing the same thing.
Right. Yo, if Megan Thee Stallion came out with a pumps in the bump right now, that should be rocking.
Right.
Right. Hands on your knees is pretty much hands on your whole shit.
Right.
Whatever it's called.
Megan Thee Stallion, I was having a conversation earlier about Megan Thee Stallion, and I only it was because of the commercial came on where she's with her about the hot sauce that she got with Popeyes. But
yeah, go ahead.
Hottie sauce.
The hottie sauce.
With Megan Thee Stallion, I asked this question to my wife. Would Megan Thee Stallion be hot if she didn't show her ass?
Hot in terms of like
not the sauce. I'm talking about
like from like looks and like persona, music, like music.
Like would she be as big as she is right now?
I don't know because I think that comes. Unfortunately, I think that comes with female MCs. I think you have to.
So the answer would be no,
because you have Rhapsody, who is dope, but she ain't pop. She ain't big as. She's probably lyrically, she's better than all of the rappers that are out. Right, all the female rappers that are. Well, actually, a lot of the rappers, regardless of female, male or female.
Well, to answer your question, in terms of like personally,
you would have never
I'm about to say I don't really listen to Megan Thee Stallion. I don't. I listen to I listen to Little Kim when she was in her time, but I truthfully don't. I do not listen. And maybe again, I'm old. I'm older. I'm old. I don't like. I'm like It's a different sound. It's a different kind of. It doesn't get me excited to listen to her.
So because I don't remember, right? Do y'all remember the first song y'all heard by Little Kim?
The first song? I know one of them.
Feature, like, what was the first thing y'all heard from Little Kim?
I want to say probably the first song that I heard with Little Kim on it.
Was it Players Anthem?
It was either Players Anthem, Grab It If You Love It, right? That was one of the first. And I would say like her verse was hard on there, and I didn't care what she looked like. I didn't even associate who the person was. I just liked the verse.
Right. That's what.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so, like listening to Meg on the radio, like I turned.
Right. That was.
But she is the person that actually made it. She did turn it because the hardcore album was the one that said you gotta look like this.
Right.
That and that Foxy Brown between them two.
The reason, and I was gonna go there too. But the reason I asked that is because I don't remember seeing Little Kim before I heard her. So I remember hearing Little Kim first, and then like, yo, who the fuck is same thing with Foxy when she was with on the Jay-Z joint. Right. You first
I heard her voice. I heard her flow.
Well, if you said I didn't see Meg Thee Stallion before I saw. I heard Meg Thee Stallion before I saw her.
Right, but the first thing you did,
I wasn't checking for her.
The first thing I didn't think was, oh, she hot.
Right,
that's not the first thing I said until I saw that body. It changed the dynamic.
I still don't think lyrically she sounds like old school, but because she's a female rapper from Houston, she has an old school Houston flow for sure.
Okay. Yeah. But that's the reason I asked that is because I think that, like, even thinking back to Little Kim and like Foxy Brown, before I seen them, I thought they was hot rappers. Like they just had, or at least had good verses.
Yeah.
But when I first heard Megan Thee Stallion, before I even saw her, it didn't like click to me. When I saw her, like, okay.
But
I don't think she would be hot if she didn't if it wasn't for her body.
But see, I think, and it's funny because it's kind of funny when you say that, because I think, and this is not even Will Smith, so I'm gonna take Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny because I think because she's a young woman, but I think she's lyrically talented because before she did all this. But I think Lotto, I think she would actually, Big Lotto would do more in terms of impact lyrically but now that she does all the things that everybody else female rappers do now. But before it was just all lyrics when she won like the rap game shit. Right. It was all about lyrics and doing like that. Now she's into the sexualization of the female MC and all that stuff. But
and I think that's great because that's the same thing with what's the another little girl off of rap game. She like God, something with a K. I can't remember her name, but she like, I think she's like 18 now, and like you can see the change that happened. Like it went from bars to now I gotta show my ass and all this shit. It's like, what happens? Like,
I mean, I guess you can do both. Lotto still got bars. Big Energy is still. I mean,
she do got bars, but it's like the thing is that, because it's kind of like different for her because she came in on TV as a young girl rapping, like, and then she got into the rap into the industry, growing into the industry, like, you know what I'm saying, like just growing into it. But you already knew who she was because she was on the show, and so you knew she could rap, and so it's kind of different looking at it from that aspect. But it's like, because even Kelly was like, well, I like Cardi B. Because her body too, but I'm like, yo, to me that's kind of different too, because a lot of people knew her from if they didn't know her as a stripper, they knew her from Love and Hip Hop, and she already had a personality on Love and Hip Hop.
Well, she's the first person that actually, when they say like, yeah, I'm working on my rap career,
that you actually saw it go,
because people either had a rap career and
fell out. They still
like that
never went anywhere.
The skinny light skinned lady, I don't know what her name is, but she's been trying for years. I mean, I think she got. I think some people take her seriously, but she ain't.
Is she on New York or Atlanta? Which one?
She's on New York.
She's on New York.
She was on New York. I don't know. She's on New York.
She's not on there anymore. I feel like the New York cast is. If y'all notice, I don't know if y'all watched it recently.
I watched it recently.
A lot of the New York cast, they moving down south. They all on Atlanta now.
Yeah, of course.
Because that money stretched long down there.
Right, a lot of
money long. They got them big mansions. They said, "Yo, I got to still live in a freaking." 1 bedroom in New York, you know. I'm going down south.
You can buy a whole house,
whole house, and be good.
Money. Crazy.
Is the girl that you was talking about off Rap Game? Is it Nia K or
Nia K? Yeah,
Nia K. That's what you talking about.
Nia K, yeah, like
that's her.
I don't remember her. What season was she?
On it.
What season?
I can't even remember.
I looked it up. It looks like she is. Does it say which season she was on? It does not say, but I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her recent photos, and you're right. Like
she went from like
a little innocent girl to like now like
she might have been on the same.
Look, that's her. Look, that's her now.
Yeah, I don't know. She might have been on. Maybe she on the same season as Lotto. I don't know.
But it was like it might have even been a rap game. It was one of them shows like that though that she came from. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just want to see somebody, a female artist, make it without doing all that. Like,
it's tough, bro. But
yeah, it is. It's definitely tough. But it's crazy how Missy, like nobody, like Missy.
Shout out to Missy for getting a Walk of Fame too.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, but like even with like Missy did it.
Yeah, but Missy was in.
She's a unicorn. Like she's like producer.
She definitely is.
She's a unicorn. Right. Yeah, she's a unicorn.
But then some people say it's I mean that's part of woman empowerment. That some of them want to do it. Shout out to which brings me to my other topic. I didn't put it up here, but Chloe Bailey was breaking the internet because of this. Whatever she posted.
She ain't got
she was sucking a lollipop, and obviously people didn't. Some people loved it. Other folks was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like they put like
hated to love it.
they put like 1-800 numbers. Like she making
what?
Like so they were some people was like, "Yo, sis, you doing too much," and other people was like, "Hey, she doing what she want to do." That's I mean they were saying Beyonce wouldn't do that, but Beyonce kind of does it.
Chloe Bailey stuns the internet with a thirst-trapping video of her sucking on a lollipop.
Ooh. See, I'm out here doing my podcast working, baby.
Right. Wait. Look. I'll be back. It's like no.
Oh my God! Interrupted by a pervert.
Creep Squad.
you would know what was the man? What was it, Stevie? No, it wasn't Stevie J. What
the dude, Rick. What's his name?
Richie
and his bull.
Yeah.
I forget the light skinned boy that had like 8 kids by all of them. He was just knocking all of them up. The Creep Squad.
Oh, you talking about Rich Dollars and
his boy. Rich Dollars and his boy, the rat. I forget his name. He had like a couple hits.
Guns, Peter
Gunn. Peter Gunn. That's it. Oh man. Yeah, Peter Guns and they and Chloe DM right now.
She did have Twitter on fire from the some people didn't
look. They know what they doing. They know what's sell. They know what's sell.
And then it's like it's just so crazy because you get everything. You get fired. You catch fire over everything on the internet. Yo.
That's true. Because it only takes one person to retweet it, and then it just it's still Chloe Bailey, and then she still got heat from what's it, Lord Have Mercy.
Yeah, which is weird to me because that song is lit.
I love this song. Yeah, the song is dope.
Yo, what? But that's all she did. Like
that's all she did.
That's all she did. Yo,
that's all she did.
Crazy.
13 seconds. 13 seconds and took over the internet. 13 seconds.
That is crazy. Wow.
That had that white lace on, little robe, satin robe open.
Right. But that's why people thought it was a sex
people
ad.
Started, people started imagining.
Yo, but that's crazy. I thought it was something real, like
right.
Oh no. I mean the Lord Have Mercy video was enough.
Yeah.
I mean that song is good. I like the song before I saw the video.
Totally like that. Like how come? Like it's totally Beyonce.
Sure.
Right? Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
But which is weird because like when Beyonce do shit like that, nobody says nothing.
I think because they know Beyonce is older now, so they probably would because she did. But before, because Destiny Child era, she really didn't do that.
She kind of we watched her grow up.
I'm talking about, but
we watched her grow up
and doing it when she went solo is when she started doing shit like that. Like
and the same thing with Chloe because this is actually Chloe Bailey. It's not Chloe.
Right, this is not both of them.
It's not Chloe and Haley.
Haley, right.
But it's like nobody ever said, "Oh, Beyonce should have did this." It's always, "Oh, look at Beyonce," showing this. Oh, we got a peek of Beyonce's.
I don't think it's just because Twitter is more prevalent now. Like it wasn't back when Beyonce was Beyonceing early in the game.
Well, she wasn't.
Twitter wasn't popping, and I think Chloe is trying to break away from Haley because Haley about to be a movie star with the Disney shit. So she like, you know what?
I need to get
I need to get my own lane because she's about to be Ariel and
Oh yeah, that's right. And Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. So she's like, I can't.
She busy. I got work over here. I can't ride off her.
Right. So I think she's working on her own solo album, which would be totally different vibe than what. And that might be she's older. She is thicker than she is more voluptuous than her sister. So maybe that's what she always wanted to sing about anyway. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess.
But hey, more power.
But I mean, do you like at the end of the day, everybody do you? If that's what makes you feel good about yourself.
At the end of the day, if you want to talk about sex instead of blowing people's head off,
right?
Hey, I'll take this any day. Right?
Long as you ain't in the court faking like you cry like that little white wolf.
Right.
like Rittenhouse.
You mean this guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, because it was on
the biggest meme of the week.
It was on my list because I was like, yo, where the tears at? Like LeBron said.
Where the tears at? Like, come on. Like, the crazy part is that I've been watching both of the trials that have been going on back. It's hard to keep up because they're on at the same time.
Right.
But like, and they both kind of have the same situation going on.
Yeah,
because they both are based off of self-defense.
Right.
But
I don't know how Ahmaud Arbery is off self-defense. That's crazy.
One or more. How are you the one with the gun?
Right. You came with a gun illegally.
With a gun.
This cop should have stopped you earlier in the day. There should have been no reason you shouldn't even been in there. And now your mom crying because she let your dumb ass walk out, go to Wisconsin when you're from Illinois.
Right.
Like, stay your ass home.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is that everybody says, oh, it's not about racism, racist, blah, blah, blah. It is, because let me walk down the street right here in my neighborhood right now with an AR-15. Everybody, the cops ain't even going to make it here, first of all, because all these white people in my neighborhood going to come out of their house and put a hole in my ass with no problem. And then when the cops get here, they're going to say, well, you see what he got? And it's going to be the end of the... That's it. No more conversation about it. It was a nigga walking down the street with an AR-15 and we shot him to save the neighborhood. Everybody's fucking heroes in the neighborhood because they killed me. Like, I don't get it, yo. It just doesn't make sense at all. So it has everything to do with race, yo.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he knew that because he looked over and made sure that he was doing it right. Like, is this exactly how we showed it? Yeah. I mean, he was trying hard to push the tears out. They just wasn't coming.
He was trying hard, huh?
Anytime you got squeezed that hard,
right,
trying to push tears out. That is not a natural cry emotion.
Right. Nigga, you got the ugliest cry face ever.
Mm-hmm.
You just get him out of there.
Yeah, like that shit is crazy. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think the National Guard's already on standby just in case what happens. I mean,
because it's sad to say, but it's like if he's not found guilty, then like
and the judge is on some bullshit. That judge.
The judge. Well, they said it's a defensive judge. Like he's normally on the defense side anyway. And then this nigga's cell phone keeps going off in the court. And they like, yo, if you listen to what his ringtone is, it's like the shit they be playing at the Trump Valley or at the Trump Valley all the time. And so it's like it's been controversy about that.
Crazy.
He's been trying to assist the nigga with stuff that he should be saying or what he did say. Like he's like, you didn't understand.
You can't call the people that die victims, but you can call them looters and rioters.
Right.
What? That shit don't make any sense.
Crazy, man.
Who's here? Is it Kyle here or the three people that he killed? Well, two people that he killed and one person he injured.
Right. And then my question was, because I'm not a fucking attorney or anything of that nature, but my question was, if he's claiming that this was self-defense, then what the fuck was everybody else doing? The people that he shot. It had to be self-defense on their side because this nigga got a gun.
Right.
Right.
Right. So I don't understand what's happening here. I'm so confused.
Right. That did bring me to the Ahmaud Arbery trial because
that's underway.
That's
another one I've been keeping. I told you I've been keeping up with both of them.
Yeah.
Did you see the attorney?
No more black pastors in the
court. No more black pastors allowed in the court. They could have. Why didn't they go get the local people? Why they got to go get the Reverend Al?
He was scared.
I think this is going to coerce the jury in the Come on.
Yo, it's so funny though. It's crazy how you see
that's
the big
all
difference.
You know what? He further, to me, with a comment like that, he further perpetuated just the notion of that
Right.
our presence makes them fearful, right?
Yeah.
Our Ahmaud Arbery was killed simply by his presence. It wasn't nothing that he did.
Right.
It was our presence that got that man killed. A presence of a black man in a courtroom who's not acting any way other than his presence, sheer presence, has this attorney fearful.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
I don't know say how you. I mean, you basically. I mean, they kind of said they followed him, they trapped him, and
right,
and they killed him.
Right.
Of course he's gonna fight him.
Right.
His life is on the line.
Right.
I'm not gonna just say, pow. No. If I'm that close enough, like I'm gonna try to do something.
And then and then at one, like it was one point that when they saw him, when the guy across the street saw him in the house that was under construction, he took off running. Now, I would have took off running too because I'm not supposed to be in the fucking house. I know this, but I'm nosy, and I'm in this house anyway.
Shoot, I'm nosy I'm nosy in my neighborhood too.
Yeah, and that's
just
thing.
me.
Like, if I saw somebody and they looked like they was calling the police, and I know I'm not supposed to be there, granted, I probably wouldn't have gotten in trouble.
Right.
But I'm running because, first of all, I don't want the police fucking with me.
Right, because you know it's going to be
because it's going to be some bullshit.
It's going to be some bull crap.
And I'm taking off, but it's like I take off and then y'all fucking send like
murk me,
goon squad after me, pretty much.
Right. Oh, we're gonna take the law. They took the law in their own hands. Basically, we know this.
You're mad at me for not stopping after you told me to stop. Man, who the fuck is you?
All right.
I don't care if you had a gun.
I owe you that.
I don't care if you had a fucking.
I'm definitely not stopping if you got a gun. Now I'm running faster.
Right. And then one of the trucks.
I'm outnumbered. I'm out of right.
Then one of the trucks got a Confederate flag on there.
I know they out to kill. They out to kill.
Get the hell out of here, man. It's just crazy. It just shows like how people think that they can just do what they want. And when I say people, I mean white people think that they can just
they move differently. They move differently.
Do what they want and just get away with it because it's been happening for so long. It's crazy.
I think they were talking about this on the some show I was watching. They was like, well, it's my time, it's my community, my town, my country. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right,
my country, but one thing that I did appreciate, like you know how sometimes, if depending on what you watching it on, they'll go and you'll see the news during the breaks. Maybe they'll have people like attorneys and stuff come in and talk about it. It was this one white dude, I can't remember what his name was, but he was like, "Yo, I just want everybody to take the time and switch the roles."
Right.
If this had been three black guys and a white guy was dead laying on the ground, this would have been a totally different story that we got.
Totally different court, right?
It wouldn't have been nobody in the court because those three black dudes would have been
under the jail.
They said do the same thing with Kyle. Make that a young black boy.
Yeah.
With an AR-15.
Oh, he wouldn't have made it to it wouldn't have been no court case because he wouldn't have been there. He'd have been dead.
Right.
And so it's like, yo, it's crazy. And they like, and with the Ahmaud Arbery John, like they talk about when they walked up to him, the cops got there and because they showing all the footage in the court. When the cops got there, the dude laying in the middle of the ground with all this blood coming out of him. They ain't check on him, nothing, right? And they over talking casually to the motherfuckers that
getting the information.
Shot him. Like, yeah, are you okay? Yeah, I hope everything's all right. Like,
what happened here? What's the deal? Like just shooting the shit.
Right. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man.
Shit is crazy.
They better make the right call on these because if not,
right,
it's going down.
I think that it will. It's a defining moment, right? Because it takes us back to the Floyd verdict, right? George Floyd verdict. That was a defining moment. But I think what folks are waiting or are looking for is that's not going to be like the only exception, or that's not going to be like it needs to be consistent. It isn't like, oh, we gave you the verdict of Floyd. Now simmer down.
Now leave us alone.
Right now, like simmer down. That's what it better be consistent.
Because
this can't just go on like, oh, we gave y'all one, because that's what people have in the back of their mind. At least that's what I have in the back of my mind.
And right. People are scared about. I think all this stems around fear of Black people because they don't know
presence
if or when we gonna snap for real snap. Like I think they got a fear that it's going to happen one day, but they just don't know when.
But that fear is all that fear stems from the fact that the wrong that they did, right? So that's what they're most fearful of is, okay, they're gaining this power, they're gaining this notoriety,
which is cool, because if you think about it, like, just think of like when I always look at it like this: when you're a kid and you do some dumb shit, right? And you like, I hope I don't get caught. But when you find out that the school called your mom already, and you gotta go to home. You like, oh shit!
That's a whole different level.
Go there. Right. You like, I'm about to get in trouble. Like, so they know they did some dumb. They know the dumb shit.
Right. It's a matter of time. It's like it's like a matter of time till they catch up with you. It caught up to me. Right. It's coming because it's caught up to me.
Yo, it's crazy. I don't know.
Couple things. Oh, you gotta post something, Rob?
Oh no. You got.
I was gonna say is couple things. Couple things that's been good TV. It's funny because I was just telling 80 this is that I'm loving that our kids are getting older and they have an appreciation for a good series now and a good TV. And I was actually funny is the last time Noah was at my house, he was here. We had an interesting exchange and dialogue on the TV series on Apple, Swagger.
Oh, Swagger. He loves Swagger.
He loves Swagger. You know, it already involves basketball. So he's talking about it and he's like, Uncle Deb, do you watch Swagger? I'm like, yes, I do. You know, I'm like, yes, I do.
He's young man.
Right, have a seat. Like, pull up a chair.
He was like, the new one dropped today. He was like, we gotta watch it right now. I was like,
right. He's like, and then it goes further. After he asked me that, I said, yes, I do. He said, what episode are you up to? He wanted to know if I'm up to date. I said, I think it's up to third episode or whatever. He said, no, it's a fourth. It's four. It's 4 episodes.
But like, this is the joint about that you was telling me about, Rob, right?
Yes, it's like KD, but
KD.
Okay.
KD was a kid
and 20 and getting something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, really good series, really good show. That's something that this that I'm looking for. I'm checking for. The other one is the Netflix documentary of Black and White. I think it's what it's called, the Colin Kaepernick documentary story.
Yeah,
that one. It's like 8 episodes in that. Very, very good.
It's a series. I thought it was a movie.
It's a series. It's a series. It's a series. So I hope that there's more to come. I hope it doesn't just end at where it ended. It pretty much, without giving anything away, it's really, really, really good. But it ends pretty much at more of the pinnacle that he finally. I didn't know he was as talented as he was in baseball and football and in basketball. Like, not that he really reached any pinnacle in basketball as much, but he had so many schools that was willing to give him a baseball scholarship and wanted him to play professional baseball. But then when you start, then after I started thinking about how many other athletes were multifaceted in multiple sports, from the LeBron to Allen Iverson,
Jordan,
Jordan.
You got the two right now. You got Pat Mahone and Kyler Murray.
Oh,
they both play
right.
football.
Exactly.
Bo Jackson.
Right.
Everybody know Bo.
But one thing that really stood out is that you cannot really trap a person's passion, and that showed in this series because as dope as he was in baseball and as good as he was because of his his arm and everything like that, he wasn't passionate about baseball the way he was about football. And now to see that they've taken that away from this man.
Yeah. But so let me ask you this.
I didn't even know he was adopted.
I knew that.
Yeah, I knew he was adopted.
Okay. But I didn't know he was adopted. And what that looked like.
Did it end with the Neil and the Did it end with him kneeling?
No,
okay,
that's
so
why I hope.
it's
That's
more,
why I
it's
hope
more.
that. That's why I think there's going to be more.
Yeah,
because
I had to ask that to verify.
Yeah. And I'm not. And like I said, I don't even want to tell you how episode 8 ends, but it's really good.
If it didn't end with a kneel, it has to go further.
Because
it's got to go further.
I was in collaboration with Ava DuVernay, correct?
Yeah,
she's part of that.
Yeah.
She's that lady out here doing her thing.
Mm-hmm. What other good TV am I watching? What y'all got?
Well, obviously I watched Harder
They Fall. Yes, you mentioned that. I think you mentioned that last week or the week before, right?
We vaguely mentioned it last week.
Okay.
I ain't finishing.
I haven't watched it. I need to watch it. I need to get.
No, you watched it yet?
No, I didn't finish it, but so far so good. I only didn't finish it because I was tired. Actually, I ain't even gonna lie. I was a little tipsy and I fell asleep. But so far so good.
Yeah, it definitely is a good movie. It has Quentin Tarantino vibes to it a little bit.
That's what I was going to say. Why the first thing I thought of when I started watching it was Quentin Tarantino. I'm like, okay. I could dig this. Yeah, like camera angles, the effects, like everything. Like
especially after the Hateful Eight. So it had that was a Western as well. So it had, but they definitely it was a good movie. So shout out to I think it's Jamie Samuels. I can't remember how you say his name.
It's James.
James. The way it's spelled is
it's
crazy.
Like J-Y something.
Yeah, J-E-Y-M-E.
It's so funny.
Okay.
Like at one point, did y'all ever see him? Did you ever see him calling random motherfuckers? And like one time, this happened like either last year or it might have been through the pandemic, but it was like, so it might have been either last year or the year before. But he was FaceTiming people like different stars and like Jay-Z and them talking about this party that he went to at Jay-Z house and somebody stole his toilet paper out his backpack.
He traveled with toilet paper?
Yeah, because he kept on saying and like people was getting pissed because
was it like 2-ply, 4-ply?
The nigga was saying that his mom made the toilet paper.
What?
Because he got allergies.
What?
It was a special kind of
man. He got a sensitive booty hole.
Oh my god! That's what made it crazy. It was during the pandemic, right?
Oh man, he
was like, so he called. He had called Guru, but Guru was with Jay-Z. He kept on saying, "Yo, put Jay on the phone," and you know he got this. He got a like
young Guru.
Yeah, young Guru.
Not Guru.
Not Guru because he's deceased. He's gone.
Young Guru.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Young Guru. But he was on there with Young Guru. He like, yo, put Jay on the phone, and they was on like Instagram Live, and he was like, yo, you know, Jay-Z don't get on no live. Like he is like, and so he's like, nah, he owed me toilet paper. He stole my yo, and the nigga called like so many people. Y'all gotta look it up on like Facebook.
Really?
I mean on YouTube or something. He called so many people, and people was getting pissed that he was so serious.
About toilet paper. Hey, back in the pandemic when you couldn't find toilet paper, it was serious.
They was like, yo, why don't you like, man, listen, man, we'll just get you some more toilet paper. He was like, no. He was snapping. But at the time, I didn't know who he was. And then this comes out, and I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
Like, because most of this was made through the pandemic. And like I said before, they had every black person that was willing to come out came through. It was like, you know what? Yeah, you want to come through and do a little bit, even if it's a little part. Come on through. We got a part for you.
And I think that it kind of like it was good to see like black people in that presented that way, like in a Western movie. Like,
oh wow,
it was like I was like, damn, like this is crazy. Just looking at it, just looking like even if you don't know the storyline. Or you can watch it without having the volume on. Just look at it. Just looking at it, it's like, yo, this is crazy.
Right. And Regina King is always my favorite actress. She does her thing all the time.
Right.
Ever since 227, she's been killing the game.
So what is
she 100 years old?
Hey, she started at 7. Or who knows? I'm just throwing it out there. But didn't I hear? Wasn't there some talk about like a conversation of like Jay-Z and Regina King had, and they didn't know it was being recorded or something?
Because I was talking about that because they were on whatever Twitter's Clubhouse.
Twitter's Clubhouse is okay.
Spaces or something, and they were talking, and Regina King didn't know really. Well, Jay-Z knew what was going on. but she didn't realize that like everybody could hear them, and so it was like a real conversation they were having. Like she was like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great." And so it felt like
a candid moment.
Right.
I noticed that Jay-Z's on there all the time now, though.
Oh yeah, well, because he was promoting the thing. He was promoting the movie, and he's cool with Jack Dorsey, because Dorsey eventually jumped on as well on the Spaces, whatever it's called. I think it's called Spaces or something like that. But James was the main. They were waiting for James, but he was the last person to get on.
He's the last one to get on, so he was cutting it up.
To be the moderator. He was
Got
supposed
it.
to be the moderator, so they were waiting for him.
And they said, "Fuck it, we gonna move on without him. We just gonna have like a good conversation."
So talking because they were trying to bring people up before he got on, but they didn't have access to.
Got it.
They could speak, but they weren't able.
Right.
They weren't able
because now Jay-Z's involvement in The Harder They Fall is what?
Executive producer.
Executive producer. Regina's in it, and then James being the creator or director
and the writer.
Right.
I think
and writer. Right. Writer and director. Okay.
Got it. Did you notice the soundtrack on that?
Oh yeah, the soundtrack.
I
played the soundtrack.
Putting me on.
I played some of the soundtrack last week.
You did.
The Harder They with Guns Go Bang with Jay-Z. And Kid Cudi.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Avalon Fall, hey,
yeah,
which is the opening of the joint. Yeah. The opening of the joint.
I'm gonna have to finish watching that tonight, though. Now I think about it.
Well, I was watching something else the other day, though. What was I watching?
I watched Maids. Did I tell you all about that?
Who? Oh yeah, Maids. You did.
Maid. I see it in my.
Yeah,
I see it in my. I see it in my. My kind of present, or what you call it, noun, or like.
Yeah. You know what happens to me is that like sometimes I eat dinner by myself. But
yeah,
add that part in there.
Yeah,
I love it
because that's when I watch random things like either that or like towards the.
We need that alone time.
Yeah, I'll watch.
However, we can get it.
And like me, because I'm
what's
not
for dinner
really,
tonight, by the way.
I don't know. But because I'm not really into like watching specific things, I'll just click on anything. So it was like one of those, and Maid was like one of those joints that was on Netflix as like a trending or like you should watch or some shit. So I click on it like, what the fuck is this? But I thought it was going to be something totally different. But at the end of the day, it actually ended up being
good,
and a good show. Like,
okay,
it's just kind
what's
of
what's I'm about to say what's set it up.
Yeah,
do the alley-oop.
It's a white girl.
Okay,
it's a white girl with a kid, and like she's going through hard times as far as nowhere to live. Like her boyfriend's alcoholic, and like she trying to get away from him.
So is this I think I seen it. Like she had somewhere to live, but when they start asking her questions or something like, "Hey, I got somewhere to," I don't know. No, go ahead.
It might be the same thing though, because she's like in a situation where she's going through trying to get all the assistance that she can, the state assistance, living in her car. Her mom got mental health issues,
right?
So there's nobody that can really help her, and she just goes through a lot. But it's called Maid because she ends up working for a cleaning company. But her whole dream was to write, and so while she's cleaning these houses, she's writing stories about like with her, like the people in the house, pretty much.
Okay,
and like it turns out to be like a good show. It's a series, so it's probably may come out.
It's gonna be around a minute.
It's
gonna be around a minute.
It looked like it might come out with another season, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
I watched enough of it to know. I mean, because my wife was watching mostly, but the show I was actually watching was It's called Love Life. It's a season 2, but I watched season 1, but it's on HBO Max.
Love Life.
It stars what's my man name? William Jackson Harper. He was on the Good Place. If you ever watched the Good Place, but he was there, and it's also Jessica Williams. She's a comedian with the other lady. It's like two black.
You
I like looking people. I like looking people up.
Girls.
I like looking people up.
Girls, yeah.
Two dope girls, yeah.
So those two, they're the main character. But if you ever watch Love Life, it's like an anthology in terms of like somebody going through trying to find love and just how like they go into relationships, go out of relationships. And Keith David is the narrator. Season 1 had Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect in it. So I've watched both seasons, but Lucian just dropped. I've actually finished it because they dropped four episodes at a time. or 4 and 4, I think, or 4 or 6 and 4, something like.
That's good.
But I watched all of them, but it's cool. I mean, because it has some black love in there, and just ups and downs, some worries.
Oh,
there's a lot of shit.
Is that your version of it? Black love?
There's some black love. There's some black love in there, and some positive. I mean, it has some up and downs in it.
Positive examples.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it was a good show. Definitely check it out if you got HBO Max.
Speaking of HBO Max, King Richard is dropping in the movies and on HBO Max this Friday coming up when it drops. So, but Adrian brought up a good point. Like, yo, we trying to go to the movies and do a private screening on this thing. You know, we can make it happen.
HBO Max, you got a private screening in my backyard.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, true. Get out the fire pit because it's gonna be chilly.
Gonna be chilly though.
Man, the backyard movie releases be lit though.
Yeah, you got that. You got the screen, but do you got the sound?
I got everything, man.
You got the sound too. Yeah, you got the sound. It's a good time. Man. It's a good time for sure.
Yo, listen. I need those special treats you used to make. I ain't coming to let you make the special treats. I ain't coming to let you make them little donut ball things.
Why you make it sound like I had some weed? Some edibles on me or something. Don't be doing that to me, boy.
I'm okay with that. Hey, I'm okay with that. Hey.
Not on duty.
Not on duty. I'm okay either way. Like I agree. Like at first too, she mentioned it. I was like, oh shit, we got HBO Max, so I could just watch it on my TV.
That's what I mean.
I can watch it on my TV.
I tell me that same thing. I'm like,
I'm going to the movies. That's what we pay for.
Right, yeah.
I forget how much it is. Was it $10, $20, $15?
Because we got AT&T telephone mobile.
Right, you get it. You get it as a free. Right. Yeah, I'm all for cost savings. Like it gets me in trouble sometimes because my mindset is so much on cost savings. It's like, you know what?
But then it's funny too, like because then you got the opportunity to like do what you want during that time. Like,
yes, sir.
What's going on, OT?
Like,
right. What up, OT? I'm glad he tuned in.
So like it's certain things that you can do that you can't do at the movies.
At the movies,
or something like whatever. You want to
like,
call that motherfucker.
Right. I want to do my drink the way I do my drink. I want to make my meal.
Right.
I can get stuff done and then just say boom, like okay.
Right. Yep.
I even told Adrian the same thing. Like you said, you got your projector. She said, I want to see it in the movies. I said, you got a whole 100-inch projector downstairs.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, she was like, I still want to see it in the movies. You know,
you be going by yourself.
I kind of caved. I turned into a softie. You know what I mean? But however way I see it, I do think it's going to be a really, really dope film. Yeah. That's the main reason why I mentioned it, is that King Richard is going to be dope.
Yeah, it looked like a good show, and a good movie, and it looked like, I think, like Will Smith thought he had to put prosthetics on because he doesn't really look like Richard. But the director said, no, you can embody who he is without putting on prosthetics on and stuff. Because they probably thought that would be distracting anyway. Just be
okay. Just be you. Yeah. Yep. Just take on his persona naturally. You know what I mean? The other thing I was geared to mention, just TV that's coming up, this is about to spark back up, is Tiger King 2.
Tiger King.
Carol Baskin is coming back.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
I heard to sue. I think
I heard she bought the zoo.
She might have bought it, but I think she tried to sue because they tried to focus on too much on her husband, her dead husband.
Yeah, because
I don't care. And they need to because she did it. She slashed him, bashed him, and she killed him.
All she got to do is free them tigers. Yeah, you missed that, man. Tune in.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about her.
Yeah, OT, you late to the party, golden child. Where you been at? Where you been at? You just missed that.
He's like, I'm an hour behind, so I'm just
right.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah,
checking us out anyway.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, I can't.
I'm looking forward to that though.
Yeah.
Well, because now I think the way the trailer that I watched is the Tiger King is like, because the season 1 made them all money. Now this is the part that I didn't know specifically or didn't follow specifically that my wife was sharing with me is that what is my man's name that was on the show that's now in jail?
I don't know what his real name is.
The Tiger King guy.
Yeah.
That he like was supporting Trump, and that he had like buses with like Trump, like logos and stuff on there. He was trying to get a pardon. That's what he was trying to get that pardon.
I'm wondering
now. Right. I'm wondering if any of that is going to show up in the actual second season of the series.
I just can't believe it's another one. But when I think about it, like if you really think about it, that is a pinnacle moment in quarantine.
Yes,
was the
Tiger King,
because that was like at the
everybody watched that,
right?
And everybody watched it.
That they turned it into a song.
Everything they turned
it about Carol.
It became part of life.
But just going
that
back,
made hide your kids, hide your wife go away and turned into Carol Baskin.
Stupid.
Right. Oh yeah, how you get? But just going back to we didn't go too far in depth because we don't want no spoilers. Also, two of us haven't seen the whole thing yet, so we ain't go too deep into it.
Okay, all right.
I'm maybe 30 minutes off. I'm pretty much.
Oh, but the last 30 minutes. I changed the whole game.
Well, shit, I should have started from there then, and then.
Like, no. The whole thing is worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the actors and stuff, but yeah, I don't even know if I watched Tiger King. The first one.
You didn't watch it all? How? Oh man, you gotta go watch it. You gotta watch it all.
I ain't gonna lie. I watched Tiger King, the first one, on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were just all sitting around. It might have been like me and like the kids.
Mm-hmm. And got hooked.
Kelly, and we like. I don't even know who turned it on. To like, it was just something on to watch on TV. We weren't paying it no mind really until.
You start.
We noticed like some weird shit going on, and we was just like, "Yo, what is this?"
Yeah, I think Erica turned it on, but same way I watched Maids, I was in, out, but I got the gist of what.
Okay, you got the gist,
right?
Like, I think you should. I think you should watch it though. I
still haven't watched Squid Games either. I
haven't watched it either. I'm like one episode, 2 episodes.
Well, I haven't finished the last. I think I got 2 episodes left for the Wu-Tang season 2.
I've been stopped watching. I haven't watched.
I kind of fell off.
First, maybe like 4 episodes, and that was it.
What? I love the series. The series is dope. I mean, my man did take up his RZA a lot in this season. I want to talk about how how RZA talks. Like he really went extra on that. Like he said extra sauce on that move.
Was that your RZA?
Impersonation?
Though?
Yeah, because I'm the RZA. I'm talking about that. So he talks like that choppiness. So he added extraness on that choppiness. How RZA talks. Extra choppy. Yeah. Order up extra choppy.
Extra RZA sauce.
Yeah. Yo.
But they really got into the actual creation of 36 Chambers.
Okay.
In this season, so obviously, that's one of my favorite albums. Speaking of music and stuff like that, Versus is coming back as too. Before we wrap up, Versus actually they dropped 2 joints. Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills is.
I don't even know any Stephanie Mills songs except for something about the way you make me feel.
You don't know any Stephanie Mills?
That's it.
That's about it. That's all I know too.
That's it.
Besides, she sung the Dorothy sound.
I just know she got some lips on her.
I'm sure there's the other ones I know. Probably if I looked in her catalog, I'm like, oh yeah, Stephanie Mills. But Shaka Khan, for sure.
But there's also.
But you ain't see the Bone Thugs in 3 6 Mafia?
Fuck no! Oh, you better.
Oh my God, that's been the topic all day yesterday, Yoda. That was a topic all day yesterday.
That comes out that's December.
Oh, I'm on it.
December 2nd, maybe? I don't remember.
Who started that combo? Did Harlan start it? Harlan started it.
Harlan started
Harlan started it. I don't know if he had your handle to tag you on it, but we got a whole thread. We gotta add you.
Listen, I'm about to be on it.
No, we gotta add you.
my thing was it's a different vibe though, because when
that
I was
is a very different vibe.
like,
3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, because it's like first of the month versus tear the club up. Like, what the fuck
Right.
is that? It's like more
Right.
melodic, and it's just like more niggas. I mean, it should be interesting.
Fucking shit up.
Right.
Although
like they're sipping on some scissor. Where did that fall into
right.
anything that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Crossroads? What does that both got to go with Crossroads? I mean, what does 3 6 got to go
Mafia?
with Crossroads?
I don't know because I only know certain.
I don't think
3
it's.
6 Mafia.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's. I feel like that I don't know enough about. I don't know 20 top songs by either of them.
Well, neither of them have 20 songs.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like maybe that's why this is the perfect matchup because I don't know 20 of either.
I don't think so though. Like 3 6 Mafia, I'm only watching it for Moan because like 3 6. Granted, I like Juicy J, but like 3 6 Mafia always had like a club turn up joint to me.
Right.
That's all I think about. That southern.
I'll take that.
Memphis,
I'll take that.
The Memphis hip hop.
I'll take that. Like I'll take that club turn up.
Like I'll take it.
I can remember what's the song on with Terrence Howard. What was that joint? Because they won an Oscar for that shit.
Whoop That Trick.
Whoop that.
Oh,
that
Whoop
was
That
called?
No. Whoop That Trick was one of them, but the other one was It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Hard Out Here.
Oh right, yeah. That was
hard out here for a pimp.
I mean, it's catchy.
I mean,
I'm not bumping it.
But
it's catchy.
It's not Oscar worthy when you think about it. That shit bullshit.
Well, I think just with TV, sitcom, but just TV in general is going to magnify the song.
Right.
So that just elevated the song.
And I think that like I can't. The only reason I think this is a weird matchup is because I'm trying to play it all in my head, like if it was on the playlist on my own phone.
Exactly.
Like I'm listening to it and I hear Bone Thugs, I don't want to fucking hear 3 6 Mafia come on after a Bone Thugs song. Like, why would I want that? Where's this vibe going? Or vice versa. If I'm listening to 3 6 Mafia, I'm all turned up. I don't want to hear boom, 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 or like first of the month.
The closest thing I got to Bone was Naughty by Nature. That was the closest people I could think of that kind of would be in the same as a group, right? As a group that would have the same because they both have melody, melodic. Just because KG had a whole, I mean, their beats. He be talking about some dark shit.
I feel like Naughty.
Yeah,
I feel like Naughty has more, even though that Bone Thugs definitely has bigger notoriety. I don't know if it's bigger notoriety, but I think it is just based on like how big their records were. That's why what I mean by that. But
because Naughty by Nature, I didn't realize they was out like 91.
Right.
They've been out for a long
time.
I didn't realize it was that long ago. I was like,
right.
Shit.
So
in high school.
So to that, I would say that I still feel like Naughty has more hits.
They might, but actually, you would be surprised. They don't. They have a lot of anthems.
Right.
But if you go through their catalog, it's like, what the fuck is that song? Like they got OPP, Hip Hop Hooray,
right? All your
Feel Me Flow. But it kind of gets a little shaky. I mean, they got Get Up. I mean,
what's that one? What's that one? You got OPP, Feel My Flow, Hip Hop Hooray, Uptown Anthem. Everything's gonna be all right. Hold on.
They tried throwing Crazy, but Crazy was all right.
Hold on. There was one, and I'm trying to think of the melody of it because we might have named it. I'm trying to think. Did we name it? I think it might be Feel My Flow. Is it Feel My Flow?
Feel My Flow.
Oh, Craziest.
Craziest is not that pop.
How'd that go?
Whoa! The Uptown niggas is craziest. That was that record though. Craziest. Yo, they
could put that against a DMX joint.
No,
right. That's a shaky record right there. That's a shaky record.
I damn near need to hear it. I need to damn near play it.
Go on, put me on the planet, baby. Like Jenny.
On and on.
Yeah, I think that was that's
yo, that beat to Craziest. I think that's what does it.
Yeah, but on and on. I would put that over top of Craziest.
Yeah.
Like that's another one.
On bigger than Craziest for sure. But I didn't realize they was out.
But I'm
thinking, long ago.
Yo, could Bone Thugs go against Wu-Tang?
No.
I mean,
no.
Sonically, it's different too. I mean, they would be closer. I mean, because they came around
Wu-Tang
the same era as and Naughty by Nature, but it would still be a different vibe. It's just because they're so melodic. It's kind of it's kind of
hard to put anybody against them, huh?
Right. That's why I thought Naughty by Nature because they do a lot of anthem shit. So it's a lot of singing in the hooks and stuff. So it would kind of work.
Yeah.
But Wu-Tang against.
I don't know who Wu-Tang.
It might be Wu-Tang against their solo albums.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Who would win?
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I would.
I think Raekwon be only working in Ice and
Method.
Ghostface be the only people that win against themselves against Wu-Tang because they only got the bigger. I mean, Method got like Takao, the song.
Yeah.
I mean, Method Man actually it's not even Takao, but actually not how high, but he had another song on Takao 1, but Takao 2 was just a complete disaster.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that was. I agree.
But I mean, no, I take that back.
Well, that's two verses.
Liquid Swords was dope as well. So
Liquid Swords was that shit.
Yeah, so I take that back. My bag.
I don't know. Don't take ODB out that joint.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I forgot.
ODB.
Yeah, that's probably why I forgot because he can't be there. But actually both ODB records were pretty dope.
Yeah.
Just circling back to both of the upcoming verses that is like already on the books. I don't know if I'm watching either one of them.
Yeah, like
I don't really think I'm going to watch either one.
I'm gonna watch the joint for Bone, but like I don't know how that's going. That's going to be weird to me though.
Yeah,
and that's probably why some people will watch just to see how it turns out.
How it turn out.
I think that's why I'm watching.
I mean, it's a live audience in LA, so it's not either their turf. So it's not like they're. I mean, that's not like it's in Memphis or Cleveland. So it's a neutral turf, really.
Yeah.
I thought Bone Thugs was Arkansas.
No, they're Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
He's 99, Cleveland.
Oh,
yeah.
99.
I don't know why I had Arkansas in my head. I don't know why.
Lil Rock.
I don't know why. Lil Rock is it is a rap group. I don't remember what it is though.
I'm trying to think.
Or a rapper. It's a rapper or rap group.
I'm trying to remember.
We're not against rappers.
Right.
When they throw that shit
maybe
on,
yeah.
We're not against rappers.
Did Bone Thugs do that? You know what? I think that's probably what it was because it's Clinton from Little Rock.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Maybe the connection in my head that I'm making with Arkansas and with Bone Thugs. Maybe that's what it is.
Bone Thugs. Every time they drop a Bone Thugs door, that shit gonna be lit, man.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's definitely about what they put against each other, but it should be they both. Well, Stephanie Mills and Shaka Khan. I don't know many Stephanie Mills songs, so
I'm surprised.
We'll see.
Neither do I. That's what I
mean,
said.
Stephanie Mills songs, you know.
I know quite a bit, only just because like in the 80s, like 87 is when her first album came out.
You know when her first album dropped?
Yeah, like something about the way you make me feel.
I know that song. I know that song too.
Like
that's the song you're talking about. That's the only song I know. That's the only song I know.
The other,
the other one is something about the
remix.
No, I mean, like in terms, what's clouding my head to like popping them up right now is because her, Stephanie Mills and Regina Bell, like they favor in terms of look because they like short, petite women. Oh, so like right now in my head, like off the top of my dome, I keep getting them confused.
I know because I almost called her Regina.
Yeah, like I get them confused. No, not off the top. No, off the top of my head, like just resemblance in terms of put it in perspective. I can't even name like either one of their songs because I keep thinking about the other person.
I'm gonna shut that shit down when she do "Feel for You" anyway. I feel for you. It's all over.
Yeah. I'm all
it's over after that.
But I don't know, but can she go into her Shaka Khan of Rufus Black? Can she go into Rufus joint?
She got
Rufus,
to.
Shaka and Rufus?
Shaka.
Yeah,
she's still Shaka.
I still
when Kanye pop up on the stage when she do the motherfucker.
She said she didn't like what he did to her record, which I think I'm like Shaka. Go sit down.
I don't think
sit down, Shaka.
I don't think that's true because she had to sign off on that at one point.
Right.
Anyway.
Exactly. She took that check.
Right.
Right. And that shit was dope.
That. Yeah, it was the dopest. When that came out, we was like, "Oh my god!"
New Kanye that she don't like, so she don't sign off.
She don't want to associate with it.
Right. Which is dope. He did say he would do new Kanye versus old Kanye.
I think that'd be crazy though. He could do it.
Yeah,
he really could.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? We
need to wrap it up. We
had two.
And I need to go and do some work because I didn't put work in on this. I need to go do some real work.
All right. Before we go, we always like to know how people can find folks on these worldwide webs and all that good stuff. So, Dev, how can they find you?
Well, first and foremost, you can find me on Instagram, Dev Drinks Craft Brew. I don't know why I had this notion that's look, we almost had 3 years, ain't we?
We passed 3 years.
We passed it. And maybe I didn't even hear you announce it.
But 3 years ago.
I know maybe I didn't hear us announce it, but I don't know. For some reason, I just felt like, in my little spill of where they could find me, I just wanted to give a shout out to all our listeners and our viewers for really staying in the game and listening to us listen to our banter and listen to how we chop it up. I am thankful that we are still standing strong, that all four of us are still in it to win it. And yes, and that we are still doing the damn thing. And there's so much more to come from Brews and Banter podcast in 2022. So that's how you can find me, though.
That's what's up.
Wait, did you say how they can find me?
Yes, I did. I said that first.
You can find me on IG at IAM302YODA. I am 302 Yoda.
All right, and definitely you can check out Lou Belgium at Lou Belgium. I know he dropped off, but he was here earlier.
On the Instagrams.
On the Instagrams. You can find Brews and Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Brews and Banter Podcast. Twitter is actually Brews and P, but I think if you still put in Brews and Banter, it will show up. You will find it. Search all platforms. We on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. Definitely go to www.brewsingbanter.com and get that merch. Or you can actually find out all the platforms we on and actually check out our YouTube channel as well. Look at some of those videos. You can go to YouTube, Facebook, and smash that like button. Bang, bang, bidangs.
Bang, bang, bang.
Definitely. And if you want to follow me, Rob G, there it is. Rob Say Bruising. Bang, bang, bang.
That's the shit ever.
This has been episode 142 of Bruising Banter Podcast. Until next time.
Have
a good week, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Oh, that's my record. Hey. I don't know the words.
Can I hear the making my temperature the
Yeah,
it is.
You like the oxygen I need to survive.
It tell you how to do it. Step one leg, twist it.
I am so obsessed. I want to chop your body. I want it to come.